You're listening to Comic Reflections, episode 153. I'm your host, Nicholas Prom.
I'm Challenger the Unknown, Jeff Barnhart. So,
Oh, Comic Reflections is brought to you by Rhymes with Geek. You can find our show, plus many other cool podcasts like the all-new Anti-Fanboy, Feed It Comics, and Superhero Speak at rhymeswithgeek.com. Comic Reflections is also available on backissueheroes.com, the home of classic comics on the web. If you enjoy the show, please subscribe to us on either iTunes or Stitcher.
okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Yay! So,
Well, it's Super Bowl Sunday, but
boo hiss.
there are no superheroes in Super Bowl. If I want to have a fantasy football league, why can't I have the Hulk?
Right? Here's the thing. In the early 90s, Marvel Comics actually did a comic in conjunction with the NFL Super Pro, and he was a ball player who was a superhero, and he wore the football gear. And it lasted for about a year.
I'm intrigued.
This is about 1990 or 91, somewhere around there. And yeah, it didn't last because, come on, football players aren't nerds, and nerds aren't into ball players. You know, at least at that
With
point.
exceptions, of course.
Right, but not generally. So it's like, who's the audience for this? You know, a comic book about a superhero who's a ball player?
Yeah. Ironically, I don't mind watching sports movies. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Because
there's a dramatic element. There's stuff about kids like learning to be better or something, or overcoming adversity.
and there's an end. I get to the end of the movie, I don't have to worry about next game. You know,
Yeah.
I don't have to keep up with it. I just watch
You know,
it, and it's interesting.
And I care if your coach is Gene Hackman or Denzel, you know.
Right. North Dallas 40, best football movie ever.
Oh, yes, that's a good one. And Nick Nolte.
Matt Davis, for crying out loud. I never thought he'd be good, but he was great.
Nick Nolte really shows off his acting chops in that movie because he seems like a real stand-up guy and not scummy. But anyway, so yes, enough about football. Let's talk about comics.
Okay, Batman versus Eclipso.
Yes, this is from... well, first of all, this is Super Team Family number 5, and this story is a reprint from The Brave and the Bold number 64, and it was written by Bob Haney with art by Win Mortimer. Win Mortimer did some issues of the Legion of Superheroes in the late 60s, and Bob Haney is kind of notorious as a writer because his stuff is good. He writes entertaining stuff, and a lot of people remember him as, writer. He wrote Brave and the Bold. Okay. Well, Bob Haney kind of didn't care so much about continuity.
Mm-hmm.
He just wrote stories that were good or, entertaining. And a lot of people would refer to Bob Haney's stories in The Brave and the Bold as Earth H or Earth B, or whatever, in referring to Bob Haney because it doesn't quite work. There will be stories where Plastic Man and Metamorpho know Bruce Wayne is Batman.
Yeah.
And then there'll be other stories in main books where they don't know. So, things like that.
Continuity, it's a blessing and a curse. It's nice to know what the people can do and all that stuff, so it doesn't change all the time.
And their supporting cast and those relationships. But knowing who knows what, it is tough.
Yeah.
It definitely can be daunting, especially when they learn later at a certain point later that so and so is da 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 da. And when you're reading older stories or doing something, it's like, is this when they know, or before, or after that? Mm-hmm. So I can get it. I can get it. But anyway, let's talk about this. This is great. Batman versus Eclipso. I love Eclipso. He's this great villain.
Mm-hmm. It's great. Splash page here. There's Eclipso and the Dane roll meet later.
Yeah.
Is everybody's pumping their fists, and one of them says, "Hail, Mr. E," and the big eye, because there's a big eye in the background.
I can't remember what the big eye was about, but
neither do I.
But Eclipso teams up with this chick mobster, the Queen Bee, who is not the same Queen Bee that fought the Justice League.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, let's get started.
Okay.
And Batman sees somebody with being shot at by an arrow, and it's this girl, and it says Marsha, who I never heard of this before, was his girlfriend at one time. And they had a wonderful relationship, blah blah blah, and they almost got. And he asked her to get married, and she runs off this other guy.
Yeah, it's just so weird though, because the Batman in this story reads very differently than we typically think of Batman. It's not. It's a weird time because this
young romance Batman.
Yeah, because it almost seems kind of like campy Adam West Batman.
Mm-hmm. It's drawn that way, but it's
but. He's doing and saying things that don't seem very Batman, either in a Silver Age context or in a later how we think of him as the dark and brooding knight. So it's an odd Batman, but it's an entertaining one nonetheless.
Yeah. So, Marsha is this. What should they call her? She's this rich kid.
Okay.
And she's walking along on top of a bridge, and everyone is worried. The cops are there, so Batman comes and spanks her. Which was great.
Yeah. This is an example of what I'm talking about. I'm like, what? Batman doles out spankings?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then she starts following him, and they fall in love. So
Yay.
It's not bad.
Love is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Okay, so now back to the present of the comic book.
Oh yeah, that was a flashback. So
she has this gem, Cat's Eye Emerald or something like that, and there was stolen from this. Let's see,
like a museum.
A museum of everything. It's got a plane and a tank and a car.
It's like the Smithsonian, but it's not the Smithsonian.
Yeah.
So anyway,
so
Batman's gonna return it.
Yeah, and okay, so her boyfriend, in order to impress her, stole it for her. Which
what?
Man, yeah. So to clear his name, Batman will go in and take it back. So he goes from up top, and there's a biplane. He goes in the biplane, and they still have the fishing line
that they used to steal the jewel. So he used it to lower it back,
which is absurd.
Yes, it is.
But then he wakes up and says, "Hey, there was no. It wasn't returned. So what gives?"
Mm-hmm.
So
and Commissioner Gordon gets arrests Batman.
Because there's a picture of him doing it.
Yeah, because it does. You can't. A picture won't tell you. Oh, he's lowering it back in. It looks like he's fishing it out and stealing it.
I didn't think of that.
It's not time stamped. So yeah.
Yeah.
Batman's in a bind.
Yeah, and he's in jail, and he overhears two guys talking, and as if they don't know Batman's next door. I mean, I think.
That word would travel quick in jail. Batman's in jail.
Yeah, everybody be, ha,
Or like, I'm gonna kill you,
right.
like.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what is this group? It's the Hive. They're this secret building in the middle of Gotham that has. Oh man, let's see, but it's got artillery inside.
Cool.
And helicopters on the 3rd floor, artillery on the 5th floor.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
No,
Wouldn't you have a helicopter on the roof?
Yeah, and the cars on the 3rd floor. So how does this stuff get out?
That's a very good point. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. But yeah, you would want a helicopter on the top floor so you can open up a compartment and then helicopter away.
Mm-hmm.
That's dumb. Well, isn't it? It's Hive and Eclipso have teamed up.
Right.
Okay.
And let's see. So it's going to be the Eclipse. That's when Eclipso comes out.
Yeah.
It's the first Eclipso thing I've ever read.
I know. We've read a couple of Eclipso stories. Yeah.
Oh, man. It must have been really forgotten. Well, I'm kind of in my dotage. So.
Yeah. I wasn't going to say anything, but.
Right.
So, yeah, scientist Bruce Gordon. He had an accident or a weird thing happened to him in Africa. And anyway, he becomes Eclipso when the eclipses happen, or bursts of sunlight, or weird things happen can turn him into Eclipso. And at this point, Eclipso splits off from Bruce Gordon, and then Bruce tries to thwart his evilness. Bruce Gordon is definitely it's a wink and a joke to Bruce Wayne, Commissioner Gordon. They even make a joke like, "Oh, us Gordons got to stick together" later.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, okay. So we meet the Queen Bee, and she's fetching in her outfit.
Mm-hmm.
And the Queen Bee sends her minions to grab Eclipso, and they start they join together and start this crime rave, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because they rob this party of people's jewels.
Yeah.
Does that ever happen anymore?
Like, there's a lot of DC comic stories where you go to some socialite event and rob them of their jewels. I don't think it happens, but it must have been something that did happen in, like, a long time ago, and that is a trope that is continually mined.
And I think that women, throughout history, their wealth was in their jewelry.
Yeah.
So if something bad happened, they had their jewels to sell.
Interesting.
Yeah. But, so I can see why somebody would rob a bank truck, because it does have a lot of money in it. And they steal this ice cream truck, a little cart, which I've never seen before. I mean, I've seen it in movies, but never in real life.
No?
An ice cream cart?
Yeah, they exist. They're a thing.
I'm sure they do, but I've never seen one.
Right.
But they're carrying the money for this...
somebody's payroll. They were hiding it in the ice cream cart to transfer it.
Yeah, it's
that's a clever idea.
Yeah, actually, yeah. So until someone finds out about it. So
that's right.
Commissioner Gordon's all upset, and now
if only we had Batman not in jail to help us.
Mm-hmm. And so Batman hears about it, so he figures out a way using the electricity of the light bulb to open up the bars. So he comes out and he fights this guy named Gorilla Grimes, and it's a big fight. And then he gets gassed, and then Eclipso's got him, and Queen Bee's kind of worried. So
Batman is doing all this without his utility belt.
Yes,
because it's been confiscated by the police.
Mm-hmm.
So
he they throw them into the river, and of course he swims up. Oh, why don't you kill him? But then it'll be the end of the series.
Right.
So, and then he comes up, and then the police start shooting at him.
Now, before we move on, we do have this meeting with Bruce Gordon, who is the expert on Eclipso, comes to lend his help against Eclipso, and meets Commissioner Gordon, and they have that hilarious exchange. But nobody knows but Bruce's girlfriend and the old guy, Professor McGuggenheim, whatever his name is, Professor who gives a crap, her father, know that he secretly is Eclipso.
Yeah.
Or the Eclipso is part of him.
Mm-hmm. All right, so something happens with the eye. Someone comes out, and he's from Cyclops, and supposedly he's in charge.
Cyclops is another evil organization.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, we got Hive, we got Cyclops, just in this story.
Yeah.
See, the Hive is something that is still in use at DC Comics. They were a big adversary for the Teen Titans in the 80s, but if I remember correctly. But Cyclops is anathema to me. I don't know it.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a big fight between Eclipso gets ticked off at the Cyclops guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually
it's Batman in disguise. Oh, that's why I was like, huh?
Yeah.
That's right. He's got his utility belt back somehow.
Yeah, he did. I couldn't. They don't explain how.
He went home and got a spare. Duh.
I guess so. Yeah. So he meets Queen Bee, and it's Marsha.
Not a surprise at all.
No, there's only one
redhead in the whole story.
Redhead. Yeah. So.
But Eclipso is fighting Batman. He's using this cool eye beam. He shoots a beam through his black diamond and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So Marsha is actually trying to. She's trying to save her husband or something, and it's kind of weird. I'm not sure what. But he gives her. She gives him back the emerald, which she stole. So They make up and they kiss. Eclipso sees
Batman
this.
and Marcia.
Yeah. Eclipso sees it, and he's really ticked off. And there's a bunch of fighting. Queen Bee has two minions who fly around, and Batman knocks them out of the sky, and they fall down, but they fall down harmlessly, and I'm not sure. They make a point to say harmlessly, and
Right. I like Batman is scaling a like windows with the suction cups on his fingertips.
yeah, goodness gracious, yeah. I do think that the Black Diamond look into it is lame, but
Do you?
yeah,
It's kind of weird. I wish he just had the power without using the stupid diamond.
right.
But at the same time, Eclipso is cool, and I think he'd be a great villain to fight Green Lantern.
Yeah,
That would be interesting.
yeah. So, Mr. Gordon, or is it Dr. Gordon?
Dr. Bruce Gordon, yeah.
He comes up on a ladder and talks to Eclipso, and then shines light on him, and that destroys Eclipso, and he goes back into and Dr. Gordon.
Yeah.
The end. And so,
Yeah.
not bad. But I think Marcia gets away. Yeah,
It is
she's
kind of
still
weird.
not straight. So they show that the origin of Eclipso.
Like a one-pager, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, art by Lee Elias, who is really terrific and underrated.
Oh man, I would like to have this book as in-house advertising for more secret origins of supervillains.
Yeah, these are, and also another Batman one. Those are those Treasury editions that were a thing in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
All right.
So we have a backup story, and this is pretty fun. It's a reprint from Superboy number 47.
Mhm.
It's Superboy meets Superman. Written by Otto Binder, penciled by Kurt Swan, and inked by John Giunta.
Pretty cool. Superboy is... What's he trying to do?
Doesn't he go through the time barrier and accidentally goes to the future of his
Yeah,
own
he
life?
wants to find out about Metropolis by visiting... why does he want to visit Metropolis? He...
You read this, right?
Yeah, I did, but I still don't understand... But I still don't understand it.
Why
No.
why he goes?
Oh, he wants to go in the past from Metropolis because he's writing a paper in class.
Right, but he goes to the future by accident.
Because there's eclipse. Yeah.
Right.
man.
Oh, another eclipse thing.
Yeah.
Remember that last one we read where both the features were about moon stuff?
Yeah. Weird.
And then this has eclipses.
Yeah.
Weird.
Okay, so he might be marooned, and then he meets Superman. They talk about it, and they're both freaked out. And
Superman comes up with a cool plan. They're drawing in the dirt, coming up with plans. I love that.
right.
They're sitting on a stoop together, which is great.
Yeah, all bummed out. So they have fun, and of course they have trouble with. Let's see, is it Lois Lane?
Yeah.
How Superman gets his suit torn, and she can see
Clark's suit is
Yeah.
torn, and she can see the red cape underneath.
Mhm.
So they got to come up with an excuse out of that, or a way to make it look like he's in two places at once. And Superboy at a distance saves a plane or something, and Lois sees it,
Mhm.
so she knows Clark isn't Superman. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
But what is their plan to send Superboy back?
And they don't have one.
Don't they? No, it's they have to collide at super speed.
No. They just say, I wonder what happens if a movable object meets an irresistible force. Well, I guess it is a plan. So I thought they just, when I first read it, I thought it is, hey, let's see what happens. Which is interesting.
Yeah.
So it smashes in the, it's a super earthquake in America, and everybody around the world feels the impact of it. So.
Yeah.
All right, but pretty cool little story, though.
One thing about that story I thought was interesting was adult Clark and young Clark comparing notes about like, oh yeah, Lois is going to be a real pain in the neck in the future. Oh, like Lana is right now,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Lois is just give up. That's pretty funny. Okay, we got Teen Titans.
Yes, in Super Team Family number 7, the lead feature is To Order is to Destroy, which is a reprint from Teen Titans number 31. This was written by Steve Skates, who was a member of our Facebook group, and he celebrated his 72nd birthday this last week.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to him.
Yes.
Tell Thank you for all the joy you've given us.
Yay!
Yeah.
It's true. We will have another story in this episode also that he wrote, so that's cool. Let's see, Steve Gates, but penciled by George Tuska and inked by Nick Cardy, which is, I think, a really neat combination.
Mhm.
I definitely see them both in the art here. I think it's something that works quite well.
When did this come out first? Do you know?
Probably.
Let's see, 75.
Oh yeah, this is a reprint though, so probably like.
Well, 76 is a reprint. 75. Yeah.
Teen Titans number 31. I'm gonna guess it's probably like 68 or 9.
Oh, okay.
I
All
could
right.
be wrong. I didn't.
Yeah, because there's a
I didn't.
war going on, and so I don't know.
I didn't make a note of it.
Yeah.
I should have.
Okay. All right. We come to a college. I don't know if they ever name it.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't, does it?
It could be any town, anywhere, USA.
Oh, man, I noticed this.
What?
So, okay. A guy's having trouble, and he goes to see the university psychologist. The psychologist's name is Dr. Pauling, like Linus Pauling.
Who's Linus Pauling?
Super famous scientist, a doctor.
Oh.
I think he actually, if I'm not mistaken, he didn't cure polio. That's salt, but he did something super awesome. There's nothing bad about him. So, that's a heck of a coincidence. I would have looked it up, but I just noticed it. So.
Yeah.
All right, so
That
there's a
went right over
war
my head.
going on, and student unrest. So he's
It's definitely during the Vietnam era.
Right.
So.
There's a kid in there, and I don't know who this guy is.
This is a student.
This is a student who's overhearing it, and the patient inside is having trouble concentrating because of all the unrest. So the doctor says, "Oh, operate," and the guy outside says, "Well, the devil with that!
Yeah.
I'm out of here."
So yeah, the professor is like for putting an implant or performing brain surgery on these students to make them, what's the word I'm looking for?
Pliable.
Yes, that's
complacent or something.
That's a good word.
Mhm.
That'll work. It's interesting. And so Speedy, the Kid Flash gets wind of this
Mm-hmm.
and helps the guy out.
Yeah, he's just checking out the college, Alford University,
Yes.
and
Smalley West.
and he sees this guy getting picked on by everybody else. And
Yeah.
he says, what gives?
Yeah.
So he turns into Kid Flash. Not a bad outfit.
I like it. I always love how they press the button on the ring, the Flash would, and Kid
Wouldn't
Flash.
that be great?
Press
You have
The costume comes out of the ring.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be useful, you know. Oh, I gotta get it ready for a survey. Zing, your surgical outfit. Oh, I got a date. Zing, and out your suit. You know.
I like it. It's fun.
But how does it not get wrinkled, though? I
Ah.
guess it's unwrinkled fabric. Who knows?
I don't know, man.
All right, so Kid Flash saves him,
And takes him up to a cabin hideaway to keep him safe.
all right, so this is the weird part. So it's near this cabin hideaway is near the campus, but to get out of the cabin hideaway, you had to go through campus, and I don't understand that. It's sort of then the whole campus is brainwashed, and they're looking for this guy, but they don't go to look at this place right outside the campus. And
Here's the thing. He carried him on super speed. We don't know
No.
how close it is.
I mean, it's got to be fairly close because it's joined to it somehow.
Here's the thing, though. But if all the students are brainwashed or zombified, maybe their higher cognitive brain functions aren't great. Like, hey, why don't we look over there?
Good point.
Okay.
So he's starving, so Kid Flash brings him food.
Yay! Which we don't know if he paid for it.
Oh, I guess not. Yeah.
The 5-fingered super discount.
Right. Cool.
So
So the Teen Titans come. They're dressed in mufti,
yeah, they're civilian clothes.
Mhm.
Yes.
and they go to the campus, and they're instantly picked out as being weird, so they're attacked.
Right. And so they switch to their Titan clothes.
Mhm.
And so we have the Titans present here anyway. We have, back at the cabin. They go back to the cabin to check on the dude who's gone now. and the place is all messed up. So I think the bad guys captured him. But let me make a note of which Titans we have here.
Okay.
We have the Kid Flash, Speedy, Wonder Girl, Mal Duncan, who is their African American friend. He's kind of the Rick Jones or Snapper Carr of the group. And then there's Lilith, who is a girl. She's like a telepath.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. No Aqualad on this adventure, or Robin.
Yeah.
That's okay.
All right, so fisticuffs begin, and they try to find out where the guy. And our original hero is about to get operated on. And,
so what's interesting, the Titans go back to campus in civilian clothes again, and they brawl with these zombified students.
All right.
Mal and Speedy do the 1-2 punch with the against these two guys, which is a cool panel.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Mal really kicks a lot of butt, actually. Later, he becomes a new version of the Guardian, like the
Newsboy Legion.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. It was that incarnation didn't last real long, but it's still cool.
Yeah.
So
they get on the speaker phone and then say, "Hey, we captured a guy. Everything is cool. Y'all be cool and all that." So everybody's happy. It's pretty. So the police come and arrest the guy because he's trying. The doctor is trying to make everybody calm and not riot. And,
right.
Yeah. Okay. An interesting villain.
Yeah, it's a cool idea for a story, and I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, let's move on to our next tale. It's the Doom Patrol in the Brotherhood of Evil. It's a reprint from Doom Patrol number 86. This was written by Arnold Drake with art by Bruno Premiani.
I totally forgot when I was writing the synopsis that they're trying to steal the Statue of Liberty.
The Brotherhood of Evil are. Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Chief is in charge of the Doom Patrol. He is in a
Dr.
wheelchair.
Niles Calder, and he's in a wheelchair, yes.
And they decide to celebrate his birthday. Ironically, it is his birthday.
Yeah, because he never told them his birthday, the rest of the Doom Patrol, but ironically it is his birthday, and they all have nice gifts from him.
Well,
what does, or different gifts, what does Negative Man, Larry Trainer, give to the Chief?
Oh, what does he give? Okay, hold on. All right. Okay, the girl who Elastigirl, who's not elastic, but she can just get
change
big.
his size.
Yeah, change. So that's false advertising. But
okay,
isn't Elastigirl and Mr. and Mrs. Fantastic? Isn't that her name? And the Pixar movie. Isn't Elastigirl?
Oh, The Incredibles.
Yeah, Incredibles.
I don't know.
Oh, that's right, not Mr. Fantastic. Yeah, I think it is Elastigirl.
I don't know. I haven't seen that in a long time, but this definitely predates that. So.
All right. Well, someone gives him a key that it says Chief on it, and it's engraved almost microscopically.
By Elastigirl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. One of the the robot guy.
Robot Man.
Robot. Jeez. He takes a
Cliff
lump of
Steele.
coal.
Is this your first Doom Patrol story?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
He crunches up coal and makes a diamond, but he does it too hard, and then it turns into diamond dust.
Yeah.
And when you look, make sure it looks okay first. I don't know.
That's a good point. What did Negative Man give him?
I'm trying to look. I forgot what it was. Somebody gave him a. Was it a? Oh, he gave a model Sphinx carved from a piece of the Great Pyramid.
That's called vandalism.
He stole a part of the pyramid.
Yeah.
Dang, yeah.
Yeah. Negative Man, which is what I call you when you're not around.
Ah, that's hilarious. Oh. Hey, that's not funny. Okay.
Okay. So anyway, the Chief is overcome with emotions,
Yeah.
and stuff. But then a giant robot attacks someplace, so
Yeah. The chief reminds me of Orson Welles.
I don't think that's an accident.
Oh. He has the same hair and same beard.
Yeah, I'm sure you're supposed to kind of think of him in that way.
So, yeah, so he, Chief had designed this huge monster robot, and it got stolen.
The monster's name is Raj, or the robot's name is Raj. So some
is
guy.
it Raj or Rog?
I just said Raj.
I thought Rog sounded meaner.
Okay.
But
It's like Raj 27 or something like that. But anyway,
yeah, so he's tearing up
bridges and stuff.
and such like that. I don't know, what about 20 stories tall, maybe?
He's pretty tall. So, but the guy who stole it, he did it because he wants to impress the Brotherhood of Evil, and he wants to join them.
Right.
And the Brotherhood of Evil consists of Madame Rouge, a gal who does stretch.
Yeah.
The Brain, who is a brain in a jar. Yay!
Yeah.
And Monsieur Mallah, who is a super ape. A French ape.
Yeah. He really is a cheese-eating surrender monkey. Great.
Oh my gosh.
But it's oh man. So it's General
General Zal or General Immortus?
Immortus.
Yeah. He's another Doom Patrol villain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So is that?
Wait. Who? What general? I don't see him in this.
Oh, he's not. He's in the okay. Next one. Sorry.
Damn it.
Sorry.
It's like, what? I don't remember him in this story.
Yeah.
Because he's not. Okay, so anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, the bad guys just besides the guy with the robot just stand around being evil. They don't really do anything.
Right. Because this guy's trying to impress them. So it's funny because when they go into battle, Negative Man leaves Larry's body and wraps around the face of the robot to blind the guy. And Elastic Girl, grows big and tries to fight it. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and we meet the gorilla, and he looks great.
He looks like a Rick Baker designed gorilla,
And it's the best. He's the best drawn person in the mag, and it's really. I wonder if the guy really likes to draw monkeys, so he done it really well.
I don't know. I actually don't really know much about Bruno Premiani, to be honest.
But it's also
other than he drew the Doom Patrol, I know nothing about him. So let me clarify that.
Yeah. All right. So Rog or Raj or whatever is going towards. Is it Liberty Island or Statue of Liberty? And he's got each foot has a boat, and he's
being driven over to the island, which would not work, by the way. It would be way too heavy.
Right.
But anyway, he's going to steal the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah. Okay.
He's going to carry that on those two boats that he was standing on. I don't
know. It's a cool fight.
Yeah. Elastigirl parachutes out of the Doom Patrol's jet or whatever, and lands and kicks the robot in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Robot Man fights Monsieur Mallah.
Yeah. Oh, and she gets even bigger.
And then picks the robot over her head and slams it on the ground. Mm-hmm. That'll teach you, bad guy, to be bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. Okay, so
the Doom Patrol won, right?
Yeah, apparently so.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't have to say it. Really. And at least now, I guess, but DC, good guys always win.
Yeah.
Unless it's carried over or something.
Sure. So, but let's talk about our next book. It's Super Team Family number 10, and the lead story is the Challengers of the Unknown story. It's Multi-Man Rules the World. Steve Skates wrote this as well, and the art penciled by James Sherman and inked by Jack Abel.
Yeah. All right, so we're fighting Multi-Man. We're at the Navy. They're about to blow up a A-bomb. They see a guy on the island they're about to blow up.
Yeah.
And the explosion is cool.
Yes, it is.
Great. That is fantastically done. And they see the guy, though, and it says, Oh no, he's gonna die. It's Multi-Man, and he survived the explosion.
Not only did he survive the explosion, but he's huge.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I guess because either that's grass or jungle. So
yeah,
it's
no,
sort of-
he grow huge.
Mhm.
He grow huge.
Okay.
So the challengers find out about it, and they're checking out. They're on Challenger Island, or Challenger Mountain, rather, and they're checking on some of their past villains, like the Volcano Man, who they have in
Lava
prison.
Belly.
Yeah.
And they call him. And Craw, who,
Was a robot, right?
yeah, and he can be immobilized by water. And that's a fatal flaw. I've
Yeah.
never heard one. Unless you're in Nevada or something.
Yeah. Remember the Challenger story we read where they fought that guy who was like the human sponge?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Weird.
that was weird, but it was a fun story.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so
So Multi-Man, time to do his monologuing and making demands.
he wants to be made a supreme dictator or will destroy America one city at a time. And kind of, I don't know, he's kind of goofy. He's got a big head, he's got a pencil mustache.
And pointy ears.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's the Challenger's like arch nemesis.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. All right, there's some kind of soap opera going on. One of the guys is dying, isn't telling anybody
it's
else.
Prof Haley is dying.
Yeah. And there's these two who are not in the group, but they could be, and they're not liked by some of them. Oh man, it gets complicated.
Oh, sorry.
Well, it's not. It's a lot of soap opera stuff. What's her? What's her
There's
name?
June,
June.
who I like. June. She's like the sort of a semi-official fifth member of the Challengers, along with, of course, Prof, Rocky, Ace, and Red.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a romantic rivalry between a guy outside of the group and one of the guys in the group. Is it?
Right.
I can't remember which one. I think it might be Ace.
I had trouble telling them apart. But
Yeah, James Sherman, not my favorite artist. I mean, it's like, yes, it's nice to ape the Neil Adams or Dick Giordano style, but let's have some distinction between characters.
June looks great in a jumpsuit.
Yeah, as chicks tend to do.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah.
All right, so they're talking about nuclear power and all that stuff, and trying to figure out how to kill Multi-Man. And Multi-Man's usually one jump ahead of them,
Yeah.
and he's laughing at them a lot. Because
Yeah.
he's kicking their butt. It's hard to fight someone who can phase in and phase out.
Yeah, he can become unsolid, and he's a giant, and yeah, so the challengers just try to gang up on him, like dogpile on Multi-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And June and the guy who wants to join the challengers, they've got this stuff that should be an antidote to make him solid or something like that, take away his power.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
She
And then
gets
June's
slapped up.
captured.
Mm-hmm. All right, so they build a big gun, and hopefully it will zap them. Let's see, a lot more monologuing, and that's it.
For now, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's continued in this is kind of the springboard for the Challenger series to be revived in their own book. I actually have the issues that follow this
Okay.
of their own series. I have them at home, but
Okay.
But now we got some more Doom Patrol. This is the one where they fight General Immortus, and we get what's the story called? It's
The Man Who Lived Twice.
That's right. This is a reprint from Doom Patrol number 88, written by Arnold Drake, with art by Bruno Premiani. And not only do we get General Immortus, but we also get the origin of the Chief.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the Chief was a scientist working on immortality stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a mysterious benefactor who turned out to be the evil General Immortus, who had already lived for centuries.
Right.
But he looked super old.
But he lost his elixir of life, so he's trying to remake it. So
Yeah.
that's why he made Chief and do it.
Yeah, and so Chief realized that it was General Immortus who was evil, so he says, I'm not going to do this. But General Immortus kidnapped him and implanted a bomb in his chest.
Mm-hmm.
So if he didn't do what he wanted, he would explode it and kill him.
Yeah.
But then the Chief finds a way to like make himself die, and then he's got a robot program. Oh wait,
He
okay.
jumps into General Immortus's bedroom, with
To
a
kill
gun.
him.
And General Mortis shoots him, but it's not a gun; it's a pipe. And he just wanted the general to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he didn't kill him. So he runs back to the lab where he has this robot who looks really, really cool.
Oh yeah, super cool robot.
And so
The robot is able to remove the bomb.
after 30 minutes after he dies, but he loses his legs.
He loses the use of his legs. He's revived, but the chief has lost the use of his legs. So now he's in a wheelchair. The chief is also immortal, by the way,
Oh, okay.
because of the stuff.
So,
Well, not invulnerable, but he'll live on and on.
yeah. Well, he makes the robot destroy all of his equipment.
Right.
And then he shoots the robot in the head, which is one of the greatest scenes in comic book.
Yeah, the chief looks away because he feels like friendship for the robot, and the robot's head explodes.
It is cool.
It is cool, and so he has been relaying this story to the Doom Patrol.
Mm-hmm.
And now the fight is on to go after General Mortis, I think.
Yeah, General Mortis blocks a town by putting a house in the middle of the road. And so Elastigirl comes and saves that day, but this is kind of weird. Negative Man looks cool.
Yeah.
And he's fighting against the Black Cat sign. There's just some billboard that blasting him.
Weird.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
It looks just like the logo from Black Cat Firecrackers.
Yeah, it does.
So yeah. So
Mhm. Let's see. So a bunch of fighting. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Warrior monologuing from General Mortis, and so he's trapped them all. So it's kind of not a bad fight, I think.
right. I liked it. It's cool. The scene as Robot Man is in these giant chains.
Yeah, and Chief comes and pulls out. He comes to talk to General Mortis, and then he pulls out a flamethrower from his wheelchair and frees the metal guy.
Robot Man.
Robot Man. I can't remember that, so I don't know why.
I don't know why either. It's super easy.
I'm kind of stupid. So Robot Man's freed, the Negative Man's freed, and they free Elastigirl, and General Mortis goes off into his train. Elastigirl picks up the train, and it turns into a rocket.
Wow.
It is kind of utterly bizarre.
Yeah.
But Negative Man gets on the rocket and destroys it.
Yeah. I love how it's Larry sends Negative Man out of his body, and Larry's body collapses.
Mm-hmm.
That's really neat.
Yeah. So
So,
it's pretty cool.
yay! So the Doom Patrol wins. Yay!
Oh man, what is this? Danger Dinosaurs at Large.
It's a house ad for DC Special number 27, and all the stories in it are about dinosaurs.
Captain Common and Tommy Tomorrow.
Cool. Do you know Tommy Tomorrow is the future, like alternate future version of Commandy?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, that blows my mind.
Yep.
Okay, I guess that wraps it up, and see you in the funny papers.
Yes. Be sure to like Comic Reflections on Facebook and join our Facebook discussion group. Yay!